In this exercise, we are going to start with this sketch, this photo, and we will create this flyer in Illustrator. Create new, but this time I'm gonna change the width and the height. The width 850 pixels, the height 600 pixels. I didn't change anything else, and I click create. First thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna show the rulers. To show the ruler, I go here, ruler and grid, and click here, click to show rulers, and now we have the rulers right here. If I click again, they disappear. I can show the rulers from here, or I can go to view and look for rulers and then click show rulers. So it's the same thing. Now I'm gonna create a guide, but before that I'm gonna right click here and I'm gonna change the pixels here from pixels to millimeters, just like this. Now I'm gonna create a guide. To create a guide, all I have to do is put the cursor right here and click and drag like this, and now we have a guide. If I want to create a vertical guide, I place the cursor right here on the rulers and click and drag just like this. I'm gonna select this guide and go to align, horizontal align center. I align it in the center of the artboard, and for this one I'm gonna place it, I'm gonna type 25 millimeters for more precision and place it right here, 25 millimeters. Now I'm gonna go to type tool, one click, I go here in the intersection of the two guides, I make one click, and just like that I created the text. I'm gonna change the font from Myriad Pro to Arial. The font style, I'm gonna choose black. The size is gonna be 40, and I'm gonna align center, paragraph align center like this. Now I go back here, select everything, and I'm gonna write Batman like this. I press enter, I go to the next line, I'm gonna write The Dark Knight Rises. I'm gonna select this line and I'm gonna reduce the size from 40 to 30, and I'm gonna change the font style from black, which is very thick, to narrow, which is very thin, like this. And I'm gonna come here and add a lot of spacing between the letters. I'm gonna type 600 and press enter. Now we have a lot of space between the letters, just like this. Now I'm gonna add another guide. I put the cursor right here and click and drag. I'm gonna zoom and make sure the guide is where it needs to be. Like I want two guides between the word Batman, like this. I'm gonna go to file, place, I'm gonna click on the sketch, I'm not gonna check anything, and click on place. Now I place the cursor right here, click and drag, and I bring the sketch. Now I'm gonna draw the Batman logo over this sketch. I'm gonna use the curvature tool, double click here, double click, double click. I'm gonna create straight lines, double click, double click, double click, double click here, double click, double click, double click, double click, and one click here. Of course, if you double click again, you make it round. If you double click again and you make it straight like this. Now I'm gonna round a little bit the lines like this. It doesn't have to be exactly like the sketch. That's okay. Gonna place this one right here and this one right here. Maybe I'm gonna move this a little bit. I think this looks fine. I'm gonna add a fill color and I'm gonna set it to black. Now, selection tool, I'm gonna select the drawing and I'm gonna make it disappear, delete. I'm gonna take this logo, press shift and reduce the size like this. I'm gonna place it right here. I'm gonna zoom some more. Press shift and I'm gonna increase the size like this. I'm gonna go to direct selection tool. I'm gonna move this point, make it touch the guide, and this point too. I need it to touch the guide. I'm gonna adjust this point a little bit like this. Now it looks better. Gonna move the logo right here. Now with the selection tool, I'm gonna select the Batman logo. I'm gonna go to reflect tool. I'm gonna set the center here on this guide. Click. Now I'm gonna press Alt and duplicate. I'm gonna press Shift also to make sure it's 90 degrees like this, and I'll let go. I'll make sure everything is fine. Yes. Now I'm gonna come here and add a guide like this on this level. Yes. And another guide, click and drag another guide right here next to this logo. I'm gonna select the rectangle tool. I'm gonna set the stroke weight to 1 point, and I'm gonna create a rectangle starting from here like this. I'll make sure I keep some space here, almost the same space we have here, and I keep some space between this guide and this line of the rectangle. Just a little bit space here and a little bit of space here. Now, selection tool, I'm gonna press Alt. I'm gonna duplicate like this and stick this rectangle to this guide like this. And now I'm gonna right click on the rectangle and I'm gonna click here, make guides, and now we no longer have a rectangle, we only have a guide. We transform the rectangle into a guide. I'm gonna do the same thing here. Click and click on make guides. Now we have another guide right here. In these spaces, I'm gonna add the paragraph. Even after, I can select and I can modify the guide if I want to. It's always possible to do that. If I want to lock the guides, all I have to do is click here, guides, click to lock guides, and now I can no longer select or modify any guide. I click again and I unlock, I click and I lock. Here, if I click to hide guides, I can no longer see the guides. I click again and they become visible. Now I'm gonna go to type tool. I'm gonna create the space in which the paragraph is going to be by clicking and dragging, and I follow the guides, of course. This space I let go, and now I created the space in which the text is going to be. Of course, I have to reduce this from 600 to 0. Press enter. I'm gonna change the font style to regular and the size 12 points. Paragraph, I'm gonna choose this option. You can change it from here or from here. I'm gonna choose justify with last line aligned left. Just like this. Now, I'm gonna open the PDF file. I can press Ctrl A. I select everything. Ctrl C to copy. I go back to Illustrator. I select everything and Ctrl V. And now we have the text right here. We paste it right here. I go to selection tool, and if you notice here in the paragraph, there is a plus sign right here in red. That means that not the entire text is showing. There is more to the text that is hidden. I'm gonna make it appear right here, all the rest of the paragraph. I'm gonna make it appear right here. How am I going to do that? I go to type tool. I'm gonna create another space like this for the paragraph, another space. Okay, I'm gonna select this part. I'm gonna delete it. Now I go to selection tool. I'm gonna select this paragraph, make sure it's selected, then I click on the plus sign right here. Click. Now notice how the cursor has changed. I go here in the other paragraph space, in the other paragraph area, and when I put the cursor right here inside, notice how the cursor has changed. If I make just one click, now all the rest of this paragraph is appearing right here, and you can see the line that's connecting the two, meaning that when this ends, the rest of the text continues here. This is one way of doing it. I'm gonna select this paragraph area. I'm gonna delete it and show you another way. I click on the paragraph. I go to the plus sign, one click. Notice how the cursor has changed. I place the cursor right here. I follow the guides and I click and drag like this. I create a brand new space for the paragraph and I let go. Now I created a new space and all the rest of the text appears right here. I'm gonna delete this, of course. I don't need it. I'm gonna select this, go to type tool, and I'll place a cursor right here, and I'm gonna press enter like this. Like in the PDF file, there needs to be space. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm going to bring the photo of Batman. I go to file, place, I click, I won't check anything, and go to place. I'm gonna click and drag like this. I'm gonna click and drag, and now I have the image right here. I'm gonna go to line segment tool. I'm gonna create a line like this, a normal line. I'm gonna go to align, vertical align center. I'm gonna put it here in the center, and right click, and I'm gonna click on make guides. Now I have created a new guide right here. I select the photo of Batman, I press shift, and I'm gonna reduce the size like this, and I'm gonna move it like this in a way that the horn of Batman touches the intersection between these two guides. I'm gonna select the image. I'm gonna do something. I go to object, text wrap options. I type 10 points, and then I click OK. Offset 10 points. I click OK. Now I return object, text wrap, and now I'm gonna click make, and notice what's gonna happen. Now the text stays away from the photo, and you notice the offset I set to 10 points. This is the offset. If I click on the image and I move it, notice what's happening. The text always stays away from the photo and they don't touch like this. If I move it like this, look what's happening. I'm gonna place it back right here. And now I'm gonna select this paragraph, press shift, select this paragraph. I'm gonna place the cursor right here, and with the up arrow I'm gonna increase the spacing between the lines up to 18. I'm gonna try 18.5 and see what we get. I think this looks perfect. And now the exercise is finished. You go do the same and don't forget to save.